Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker and my No Revival series, where I am playing with a single life to see how long I can make it. So we've completed 2 ships at this point, so definitely been going along, but we're early in our career. So there's a lot of things to go through, a lot more hazards to come, a lot more dangers that are going to be more significant. We haven't even gotten to pressurized ships yet, which certainly change things relatively significant. So let's head on in. So the eeriness of the music, always a bit entertaining there. Alright, so we've got Bunny Character D, which is the bunny we picked up last time. And now we can do Hazard Level 4, which is the Reactor. So we have finally got ships with reactors. So an Atlas Scout, and that will probably be it. So made about 1.5 million last shift for paying down our debt. Let's see what we've got here. Alright, we already saw the file. So, again, more with the storyline, not necessarily something we're looking at. And again, we're going to start then spanning out our difficulty levels. So you'll see we're going to get a cargo hauler, a patrol craft. So I may, if I can avoid... if I can get to a hauler, I'd rather do that, because otherwise these are just a bit more challenging, but man, they are nice and lucrative. Alright, but this has a reactor, and it's a mackerel, so let's see. Don't want a station hopper. Don't really want an exolab. So let's see. So MP wise, it's going to give me 120, which will be enough. So while this is another mackerel, and I get we've been doing a lot, you know, that's all we've done. I'm going to go ahead and do that because cargo ships are just simpler to shipbreak. And so they require less work. Alright. I forgot I needed to fix my grapple. You know what? I'm gonna need fuel. Let me just handle that. Yeah, this was poorly thought out. Remember what I said about be quick but don't hurry? Not following that rule. So, it says unpressurized still, so we're still free of that. We're gonna get this external stuff, we're gonna get stuff cut, but at this point I want to get, you know, I need to get 500,000 so that I can be in good shape. But problem is here we've got a reactor in this thing, so that takes some care. So we'll just have to be careful with what we're doing. Alright. So just one set of engines here, it looks like. So we don't have a few. We'll get the back off here. Again, there shouldn't be anything attached to it. So sometimes, but those are usually the class 2 reactors. The class 1 reactors kind of, you know, it is what it is. And so, yeah, we're probably dealing with that. We might have to loosen it up, so we're going to take a look inside. I know what I'm talking about. I get if you're unfamiliar with Shipbreaker, you're like, what is he babbling about? We're gonna have to take a look at what. Just trust me. Trust me that I know what I'm doing. Again, this is the be quick and don't hurry, because yeah, I want to get to the point where we're getting some salvage, because we need to cover our daily debt. Otherwise, obviously, we have a problem. So let's go up here. We didn't get the top ones done. Be able to get that antenna off. All right, so our cutter. So now you can see that we lost a little bit of our range, so it's going to be in danger of overheating sooner. And so, like, if we've got to cut level 2 things, we potentially have a problem here, but we'll figure that all out. All right, so let's do some grappling. Again, all processor stuff. If I can pull... like, if I can pull the frame, the panels won't come off, but clearly I didn't have the frame. Alright. Okay, should be alright. This should then go down. We'll go to the other side. We'll get the antenna on the way over. So just trying to be efficient. But yeah, the grapple being as low as it is, like, this does create potential issues. So, let's get that free. Again, we'll come around. We want to make sure we have a good clear shot, because otherwise, you know, there's a possibility we throw it into space, which would be bad to lose, you know, 58,000. Alright, this has no panels, so that'll be good. There you go. We'll get this nacelle down there. And so, like, now I know between all of these, like, we've basically got 250,000 already. So, like, we are safe. We'll grab the panel. That'll give us 80,000 or so. Okay, we don't have a cargo hatch. So now we go into the belly of the beast. So it's a little more challenging, where with the other mackerels, the other two we've done, we've had the top cargo hatch. Now again, I suppose I can go look. We might have something on the bottom. We do not. So, alright. Oh man, if I knew the fuel was in there. Shoot. Well, that stinks. Oh well. Could have saved myself some money. So we'll get the crates out. So we'll do a few things, because we're kind of on the verge of the oxygen problem, which I should also go try to solve. So when we go in for our shift, we've got a few things we need to do. We need to repair. See, that was bad. If that was something, that could have been the end. So you normally aren't trying to drag crap out through the airlock. I really don't want to do... If I go in the ship, the problem is, like... Alright. Yeah. Alright. I'm like, I know I'm coming up on this, and then I can't get out. Now we can still grab the thruster fuel before we're done, so we'll be able to top off before we leave. I mean, so there is that benefit, but the likelihood is we're not going to use that much thruster fuel waiting to go, so... Alright, let's activate. Get some oxygen. Alright. Well, let me put it on the grapple for a bit, because I may not want... Let's see. Yeah, okay. So there's just the one airlock. I'm just kind of checking to see if there's anything additional. Any other entry points that I somehow missed, but don't know where those would be. Okay, there's an O2 canister there, so that'll be good. Again, we've got power. That's bad. And again, we're going to have a reactor somewhere here that we're going to start getting radiation from and all that. We might also, well, we might not have fuel. The other problem we've got with all these soft cargo things is they can catch fire. So I'm somewhat intentionally aiming sparks away if I can. But again, if I can get some of the ship to separate, like we just got the roof off, then I can do some things that will be a little easier to deal with. So, did I miss? Okay. Like, clearly something isn't letting that panel drop. But see, then I can do that. Let's see what else we've got. So we got a bunch of stuff. I think I'm going to come over here, and we're going to come at it this way, get the sparks going that way, so that we stay away from the soft cargo, because they will catch fire. Can I do anything? Yeah, I can go this way. Okay, so that'll give us that. Again, now I want to start pulling things off.
Gear's getting low.
It is.
Gonna start fighting you if you don't head back to the hab and make some repairs.
Okay. So the benefit we have here, but again, I gotta be careful because we can see the reactor out there. I can cut, and then again, I'll get better, cleaner access to things. But I have to be careful that I don't slice through or shoot this at the reactor. So there we go. The reactor's going with it. But that'll let me see on the thruster. Okay, so I do have a panel. So that's what I was worried about. So here we go. We want the thruster ejection switch, because that lets me pull the thruster out. So when I was talking about stuff before, that was the issue. And we do have some fuel tanks, which makes sense because we have a thruster. Alright, I probably should get outside, start moving things, because I need panels to go away so I can get to the power cells and stuff like that. So, let's see. So let me just get these upper panels. Let me get this light off. So we'll get that. We'll send that down. This is a furnace piece again. I'm sure there's a little bit of nano on there. We know the drill by now. If you followed along, this is our third holy mackerel. So you'll know.
Cutter, if you're fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's, you got about 5 minutes to do it. Weaver out.
Alright. And shortly, I'm actually making this more difficult than it needs to be, turning all the way around. I was kind of like, well, I'm closer, I have less distance, but I'm not sure that that helps. So what I probably really need to do is something like this, because what I'm hoping is if I... Oh wait, this has the reactor on it, almost guaranteed, right? Yeah. I'm glad I didn't throw that in. I'm like, wait a minute. What I am gonna do, because I have a little bit of time, we're gonna pull the thruster. So, and you can see that thruster, it's because it's a class 1, not a class 2. It's a little smaller, but it's still 400,000. Short of... Alright. So this is where now I wanted to go, because now I can go here, and I can do this, and we can grab this, get it close, grab the oxygen, and look at that. Look at that. Alright. So that is a suit patch, which is kind of... I don't even know a great, easy way to use it, but anyway, let me go a little higher here. So what I'm trying to do is get up here where I can do this, where I can pull stuff out and then see enough of the barge that it's not like a nightmare to aim. And then I can start to get some of these things up and maybe get to salvage level 1. See, but that's exactly the problem. So I'm still like on the border. Like we almost threw that away, because that could have been hard to catch with the way it was spinning. So again, be quick, but don't hurry. Alright, so we did get salvage 1. So I'm kind of letting the tether stabilize. And some of that is, again, this is where the tool being broken. And again, we're almost at 25, so I'm guessing it's going to do something crazy on me in a bit. I don't... Oh boy, oh boy. Nope, nope. Thank goodness that it didn't, like, crap out on me right then. Alright, let's see. We gotta be really careful with this. Alright. Alright, so I am gonna go ahead and we're gonna... maybe not quite yet. We're gonna move it over here. I'm gonna try to deal with this reactor. Because if I can do that, like, I will absolutely get to level 2. Alright, so let me stop that there, and hopefully it'll stick around. And what I want to do is get myself kind of clear. I'm going to pull this off so I don't have to deal with that. Alright, and we are going to do this. So, you ready? And now we have a potential meltdown. We want to get up here, get to the reactor, and now there it goes. And as long as it gets down there before the meltdown happens, so there you go, 1.2 million. So you can hear us breathing a little bit excitedly, because yeah, when you got a nuclear reactor that's ready to explode, that's pretty darn scary. Alright, so we did make salvage 2. So that's a big deal, getting that done all in one shift. I mean, that's quite good. Alright, should be able to pop over here and get that down there. There we go. But we got to save ourselves an air tank. I don't know if we'll be able to get far enough, but there you go, 40% in one shift. $3 million, but that's because, again, the reactor's $1.2 million. So, there's danger, but there is reward. So the risk-reward ratio, pretty solid with these things. Alright, let's see what we got going on. This might have been the one we missed before.
So, this can be an awkward subject, but you've probably noticed Lynx doesn't take great care of us. Up until maybe 100 years ago, workers like us would sometimes form these groups called unions and go toe-to-toe with the company. They'd argue for better wages, safer work, decent hours, that kind of thing. Lynx was actually part of getting rid of them, but some of us are trying to bring it back. I can tell you're a good person and a hard worker. The company will use you up. It's just built that way. So I thought you might be interested in the Union News Group. There are new messages every couple of days. Read them, don't read them, trash them, whatever. Just keep it on the down low. The others don't know about it. Weaver and Dee are a bit too by the book. Kaido is just too anxious. Poor kid. But I wanted you to have the info. I was glad someone gave it to me when I was new. Okay, spiel over. See you in the yard, Rook. Flew out.
Alright, so now you've gotten kind of right into the heart of where a lot of this goes as far as the storyline. You know, those of you that have some understanding of the world probably have an idea where things will be heading. Again, it's kind of how things go. Alright, we are absolutely going to repair. Alright, so let's see. Let's go to the helmet. And again, we can increase our oxygen capacity from 400 to 500. Absolutely going to do that. I know that. And then, so that's kind of my main thing. Speeding up the thrusters are nice. That'll move us around a little bit quicker. Increasing the range, so basically doubling the range. We'll do that. What can we do with the grapple? Double the range. No, we're going to increase the number of tethers. That's important. And then decreasing that, and that might be it for now. Well, having a little bit of bump protection certainly helps. So we're using most of our LT. I'd kind of almost rather not, but I was kind of going to store some of it up, but I don't think that makes sense. So that's what we needed to do that we didn't do before. You know, take advantage of that level 5 stuff and all of that. So should be in good shape. And the nice thing is, like, when you up your tethers, you can see we have 30 tethers now. So even though we had like 7, I mean, yeah, in theory we wasted 7, but that's okay. Because that way, if we're at the point where we need to start pulling things apart, we're good. Alright, so what do I want to do? I want to kind of get in the walls is what I need to do. Because I need to get to the power cells. Alright, let's see. Let's cut off the back here and the bottom. We'll get these other pieces cut. Alright, we have more O2, so depending on, because if we can get to 7.5 minutes, which I'm hoping, you know, we're in essence increasing our capacity by 20%. See, and this is already like just a little bit of that extra distance. Like, this makes it so much faster. Alright, so we got that. All of that can stay because it's part of the processor. I don't know. I don't know that we can get in the walls where we're at. That's interesting. There's got to be a way. Well, there is a way. I know that, but anyway, so I'm going to go down, and we're going to change to the grapple, and we're going to, again, start to move things over and get our salvage going. And again, with 100% on the grapple, we'll be in good shape, but then again, we'll have a lot more tethers to pull things apart. So let me go down a little bit more. I don't understand. Are these all like in the floor? Like, why am I not seeing them? So I'm going to get all these pulled out. Because again, then they won't get hung up like we did on our last mackerel, where, you know, you could see that first panel was already kind of resisting a bit because it was likely hitting that cross arm of the structure that goes in the furnace. Alright, so I think we've done what we can with these pieces. Now the question is, Because, yeah, we do have everything loose. But, yeah, we can't move it because it's too heavy. Alright, so we got a repair kit. You know, because the nice thing is now, like, I can pull everything down. How do I... What's the easiest way to get in there? Let me get these lights, I guess, while I'm still keeping, you know, trying to figure things out. So, we'll just get these quick and dirty things done. But again, we'll be able to go kind of a little bit quicker here just because we've got a stronger grapple. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, because clearly we've got, yeah, like this is not separating out. I don't want to pull any of that other stuff. I mean, maybe we can get to it from the front. I gotta be careful.
Credit applied.
Right. Cause see, I don't think I can get in here. But let's see. What if we do these? I don't see any fuel or anything. I'll make sure the sparks go up just to be safe. But that's just one side. Can I see? Alright, there we go. So if I can do that, like that will at least get me in one side. And if I can do that, like that gives me some opportunities that I might not have otherwise. So now I should be able to grab a tether, and this should peel away now. Okay, there we go. Cool. And again, we want to grab that light. I really would rather not do that, but that's what we had.
Applying credit to account.
Alright. So now we can get in here. I'm gonna deal with this. I got a strong grapple, so that will help. But I get that out, and then again, I eliminate the opportunity for an explosion if sparks go somewhere that I'm not expecting. Come on. Alright, and again, you want to be careful, like, because if you start moving and then you hit, oh my goodness, we are not clear. I thought I was much further back. Wow. Alright. So let me do this. That's a lot more challenging than I expected that part to be. Alright. Should be good now. And again, we're going to get a good hunk of money, but most importantly, we get rid of a lot of risk, which you can't put a price on that in the situation we're in. Alright, so let me go down and up. And again, I think, do I have? I thought I had oxygen. Oh, I do. I have it over the top. That's right. So I'm going to need to do this quickly. Alright, and we are at 7.5, so if I wait... There we go. So now, like, I should be good to the end. So that's the benefit that gets me. And if I can find oxygen on every ship, like, you know, then I don't have to pay the company. Alright, so I'm gonna, again, loosen all of these so that I'm not dealing with them later. Gonna get the cutter, and you can see, like, see how far back I am now? Like, I would have had to go so far in to cut that otherwise. Like, it is just so nice to have that tiny bit, and this is like our first piece. Now the danger becomes, because you can see nice and far like this, sometimes you're like, oh, I'll just keep cutting, and that's how you explode. So, I've gotta be careful with that. Alright, so that is loose. Okay, so all of these should be done. I think I saw an opening into the other side. Now again, my challenge is I don't have the clear visual in. I have an opening, but I don't have an opening, if you know what I mean. So, we'll cut what we can, and again, I'm just aiming completely away in case the laser breaks through and I don't stop it quite enough. Again, I do not want to ignite the fuel tank in the back there. Alright, so that gets me there and there. Can I get in there? Is it gonna let me? It is. Awesome. Alright. So this is gonna make things way nicer now. Ooh, that is really hard to see through. So there goes our airlock. Now we're really separated. I know I can get through here. This is the one of the most important things now. Get this off. Get this off.
Shift clock says 5 minutes left. You know what to do. Weaver out.
So we'll get all these pieces off. And so, yeah, we can cut the air filter as well. So that's a bit of a challenge all the time. Again, we'll see how much of that we really do. All right. So yeah, I want to get up here so we get this separated. And then that gets everything broken apart there. We'll get the light off the front so that when we use a tether and pull, we're good. We should have the power cell there somewhere too, so that's kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna leave that because again, I think just the danger of any sparks around that fuel tank, any mistake is just gonna be, that'll be the end. And I'd rather not be done with 2 and a glob ships. So, gonna get that and put it in there, and then again it'll go. We can grab that as it kind of floats away, and then we can start with a lot of the tethers.
Transferring credits. Valuable object processing.
Okay, I was a little worried because I'm like, wait a minute, the whatchamacallit, the airlock will be there, but it normally separates, but I was a little worried. To be frank and earnest.
Salvage secured. Account credit
But this
applied.
is now where I can just quickly do these tethers on each side. And everything should be good. So that should go, whoop. Alright, so we're going to have to stop that, because that one is attached still. So, alright. That's why I'm prepared. So it's a waste of a tether. But this side we're good on all panels. So we'll get these in. Those will easily happen in 2.5 minutes. Again, let's grab it. Go down. Really? I'm gonna run out. How am I running out of oxygen? That makes no sense. So it must have not been a full tank.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright. So I'm gonna end the shift early.
Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
So we're gonna zip toward the door. Because it doesn't make sense to buy an oxygen tank for X number of minutes there. So,
Oxygen reserves critical.
alright.
Links recommend.
And then we get fresh oxygen. But, so we got ourselves a little bit further along, a little bit more LT. Again, we know we won't have unlocked anything else that we don't already have access to, because that has to do with leveling up from level 5. Alright, another message. And these do slow down later. Sort of.
You ever think about starting your own business out there? You know, be your own boss? I swear, one day, I'll get a decent belt runner and make my own money. Maybe bring my old man along to help sniff out the good rocks. My dream is to tinker with ship designs. Maybe build some machinery to help with heavy-duty mining. Make it safer. If we ever both get out of here, I'd hire you in a heartbeat. If you don't end up coming with me, I hope you get to make your own way out there. Definitely ping me if you do. Blue out.
Alright, so always good to, you know, make some friends here and there, and but like I said, we've got that union thing hanging over us, so
All the team at Links would like to wish you
almost under 1.24, getting down to 1.23, so we are getting there. So it's possible, because again, I picked up an oxygen tank. They're not always like 100%. It looked like it refilled me fully, but it may not have. Alright, so gonna get the
No whistling! What? Why? What's wrong?
You don't know? It's bad luck.
Bad luck? Why is it bad luck?
It just is.
it just is.
That's just superstitious, no?
What's wrong with you kids? What's next? Salvaging 7 of the same type of object in a row?
Wait, is that bad luck?
CD, that's ridiculous. You listen to me, kiddo. I've been doing this job for 17 years. Seen a lot of bad stuff in my day. When I'm telling you don't whistle, don't process 7 of the same object in a row, and don't look at the moon while inside a ship, you really need to listen.
All right. No more whistling. We got it.
So again, we're trying to use the split saw in a way that we get, you know, the fewest cuts, because A, it's faster and whatever, but again, very much another be quick but don't hurry situation. So I think I got everything free there. Just need to get the rest, and then again, we'll be free here. And right now, again, we're not losing things, so it's interesting because I've seen folks comment that it doesn't like make sense to do these, but it's not really that hard if that's all it takes. And again, you're getting a lot of money for it, so it's kind of tossing a lot away. I mean, we'll see. Oh, that's gonna hang up there now, really? I mean, come on. I don't want to get closer. There we go. Alright. Like, what are you doing to me, you crazy? Okay, so these, again, can get tossed on their own. Because that's the other thing. It makes it simpler to get these processed. Because these are just then tiny little pieces. And you have this on most of the ships. But I had heard, like, don't bother because the glass isn't worth it. And I suppose if you're, like, super in a hurry, maybe. But I don't know. It didn't seem to be that bad to me. Man, that is still taking a long time. So I must have pretty weak things. Grapplers. Alright, let's grab that food pack. Those go in the furnace again. 900 bucks. Don't forget, it's 2,300. So especially if you're one of those folks that's like, you know, oh my god, everything got so much more expensive in your life or something. Yeah, it's kind of how things work. So things will get more expensive no matter what we do. So screaming into the abyss doesn't really help. Just, you know, people got a budget. And I know it's harder for some than others. I get it. But it is possible. Promise. I've helped lots of people do it. Alright, let's see. So we've got some lights here again. Gotta remember we've got fuel back there. But we're coming up here on level 4. Again, level 5. Oh, we did not get the power cell off of here somewhere, so I'm pretty sure that is still... Well, is it off? Maybe it is off. Let me look. Yeah, I guess it is. Alright. Okay. So maybe we just had one power cell in here, because again, the ships are, in essence, randomly generated, you know, even on how they're structured and whatever. So that is part of the really kind of cool piece of how this works, is you're really not, I mean, yes, you're doing similar designs, but like how many walls it'll have, where things will be, and all that is, you're going to have variation. So it just offers a lot of opportunity for replayability, which is one of the really surprising things I found, because I figured, okay, you're basically doing just a few things, and how fun can that be? But honestly, it's been a blast. I mean, I love it, because it's just one of those, you know, kind of chill type of games. You don't have to go nuts about, whoops, you don't have to go nuts about it. You know, and that's the thing, like, if you don't care about the debt and you're not like worried about, because again, like, I got the achievements for finishing and doing all that and whatever. Like, if you don't care about that stuff, like, yeah, you can just take forever and take multiple shifts, and yeah, your debt will be increased. But again, if you don't care, then you don't care. Alright, so... Okay, that's just the thruster getting damaged, as you saw. Alright, so I'm gonna get these out of the way, because when I pull the fuel tank out, otherwise, it's just gonna... Did that thing go flying somewhere? I don't understand. Like, why... I swear I didn't get credit for one of the lights, so... So it's like it didn't get all the way down. Alright. So I want to get the fuel tank out, and then in essence I've got no further problems.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
Oh, really? You're gonna do this to me now? Alright. Now again, if I have full oxygen and I'm down to 7.5 and I now buy oxygen, like, I absolutely should be able to make it. But either way, like, I'm not gonna go back and do things. And like I said, it might have been you know, I mean, a minute isn't a ton, so it might have been a bit loose on what it had. Alright, so we'll get that. It is free. This should get us, I think, I would assume this is now going to get me to level 4. Yep, easily. Easily. Alright, so we'll get up here. And again, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we still can't get to it from here, but it's a heck of a lot better than I gotta be inside. So. Whoa, 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 whoa! So luckily, see, and that's frankly how you die. Like if I had done that thinking, oh, I'm grappling the fuel, and then suddenly shot that like that, yeah, that would have been bad. Alright, so we got some panels here, so that's also gonna help. Alright, but the nice thing is now we can grab this and let it do its thing. I should be free and clear where it's not gonna like knock my head off as it does that. When it goes red, sometimes it's like pulling in ways that you can't really process. Alright, let's see. So, I think, yeah, we can leave that, but I figured we'd have a panel since there was one on the other side, because basically those are airlocks. See, and now these are separated. Sorry, had a cough. Alright. Oh, I did not realize you could pull the doors out. I never knew that. I was like, let me just do that and let's see, because we get in trouble for, like, throwing the doors into the furnace. But, alright, well, that's good to know. Because in theory, now everything else should be furnace, which it is.
You're looking at roughly 5 minutes left in this shift.
Alright.
Keep on
So I'm going to grab this, because I am darn close here to tossing that in the furnace. I think we're done. So we're going to get this one off. Because again, we know the power cell was on the back of that, but yeah, it was obviously just one. And then, yeah, let's just get more of these pieces done. So let's make sure, is there one on the other side? Nope, because that was the airlock. Alright, so the only thing that I'm going to try here, because yes, if I can, so this becomes a bigger challenge to get these type of things out. So in theory, you've got your cut lines, but I've found even when you do it, like, it doesn't do it, if that makes sense. Like, you suddenly still can't pull the thing out, and you're just cutting and cutting, and it's just foolish, and it takes forever. And it's like, is it worth it? Because once again, at this point, like, see, so it should be free now. And it may be. But, yeah, see, it's still attached somewhere. And so that is where it becomes difficult. And so what you're then starting to look for is you're looking for, and again, maybe, whoops, maybe it is these. Maybe it is these pieces here. So let me see. Alright, yeah. And see, so I lost credits, but I don't know any other way to do it, because it kind of is what it is. See, but the way this is sitting, I'm guessing it's telling me that the top of this is still attached. So I'm gonna try now. No, see, it's still stuck on something. And so it becomes like, I mean, again, it is 80,000, so it's not nothing. So I really do want to get it free, but it's so challenging to figure out what it's stuck on. Because again, like, it's theoretically done here. See, now I'm cutting pieces off. Like... Man, it is still stuck somewhere. And sometimes you'll, like, see it come loose and float, but other times you will not. So again, all I can think of is it's those little pieces there. And you end up, like, cutting a bunch of things in the back. Alright, so I think I see, like, yeah, there's still a piece there. So that might have been it. There's another one down. So, you know, again, I've wasted 3 or 4 minutes on this,
1 minute left, Cutter.
where I could have basically been done. My God, it was starting to move. I'm honestly wondering if I need to get rid of everything right next to it, I think. Is the issue. And it's the fact that there's edges at all.
Warning. Low oxygen reserve.
Alright, but at this point, like, we're okay. And again, I would have needed another shift anyway, but... Alright, now it's loose. So now you can see it floating. But it's just so finicky. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just so finicky. You know, and again, as long as I'm getting $500,000 in a shift, and I have the possibility to do that, like, it's still worth it. And certainly if I haven't finished all levels of salvage, it's worth it, because you need to get the 24 MP and the 20 LT. You don't want to lose those. So again, this'll get us over. Alright, so we know now.
You ever miss it? I know it's a rough place and hot as hell during the day, but there's still this kind of like beauty to it. I don't know.
Why did that rotate?
This is cool, don't get me wrong. I just miss the colors at sundown, you know? Right before the dark swallows.
I do not understand why that went
or the
tumbling
feeling of
like
the
that.
ocean breeze on your cheeks.
That is weird.
Just like dancing across the water between all the rusted buildings. Can you imagine living in the early 21st century?
There we go.
What
I'm
a
like,
dream.
there's a part there somewhere. The early 21st century. Can you imagine living in there?
Have a good one, fellow Earthling.
See, but like, we've cut so much apart and destroyed, like, it's like, did I destroy more than $81,000 of furnace stuff? Is what ends up kind of being the question to some degree. So the other thing I need to be careful of, because you can fall in those things. Alright, so at this point, I think we're good. Alright, so I should be able to, again, get this to come in here. It'll probably hit that. No, it actually didn't. So that'll be good. Then I can grab that into here. And again, all of that is processor stuff. I can just verify, because, yeah, like we have a light. Oh, I missed a door somewhere. Okay. But that's okay if I'm just dealing with 1,000 here and there. Like, okay, I'm just checking for any more lights. I think we're good. And yes, the thruster fuel, it doesn't matter if you do it or not. And then we'll get this last piece. And so again, we hit the sticker unlocked, which means we hit 95% salvage. So all of that's in, and once that goes in, again, we should not have much else. So if there's something around, and later on we'll be able to tell. Alright, so, well, $30 can't possibly be what it was waiting for, but but it is there. But there are ways to tell that something is around. So you can scan and find objects in the scanner. You can see structural, systems, and objects. But we can't, at this point, do anything but structural. Alright. So it's honestly not worth it, because we're probably talking, I mean, certainly less than 100,000. Maybe there's again, a door panel that fell off somewhere floating around that got knocked away. I don't know, but it's not visible, and I'm not going to spend 11 minutes looking for it. Because at some point, like I said, it becomes just like, you know, it's just time to move on and request a new ship and just scrap the rest and be done. So yeah, 35,000. So it's probably little pieces of shards of metal here and there that might have fallen off when we were cutting. Because, I mean, even with what I destroyed, I only destroyed 13. So, but we barely got enough in that shift to justify working. But we're now up to 6. Again, that gets us a cargo level atlas, which is probably what I'll try next time, just to not do a mackerel. But there's just bigger compartments inside a cargo ship and less walls to dig stuff through. So at this point, I'm going to wrap this segment of work up. We are down below 1.24 billion. We're 1.239, almost out of 1.239. So we did pretty well with that and with this ship. So third ship, if I've got things correct in my mind. I'm thinking there will come a time where it's going to start to take multiple episodes to get a single ship done, because I don't think I want to go over an hour. You guys let me know, whoever's watching this, what you think. Obviously, I'll be willing to kind of move along if that's what you want to do. But right now, that my plan is an hour. You know, I mean, if it takes a few minutes more because I'm right there, that's one thing. But if I still had 30% of the ship left or something, let's say, I'm not going to continue, because it can easily turn into an hour and a half or whatever. And there's nothing then that says, like, you know, I wouldn't be like, oh, I finished the ship, I'm done. We'd just do it, and whatever we got done in an hour, and we'd just keep kind of going that way. So I think that's what I'm going to do until someone tells me they'd like to see something different. With that, as always, if you've enjoyed this but haven't dropped a like or are not a subscriber, please consider those things. Greatly appreciated and highly valuable for a small channel like myself. And I will see you next time.